Okay, so tonight I want to talk to you about doing challenges, as I just completed my first challenge. Uh, so my name is Wendy Sarrett. I am 30 plus year IT veteran and a budding trying to become a 3D, probably more of a technical artist to take advantage of that background, my technical background. And I've become passionate about the 3D arts. So I just finished the Clinton Jones slash Punisher. That's his online name, I guess, what you call it. Had a challenge, and about 2,500 people entered. I mean, he's a big CG 3D YouTube person. And I participated. I turned in mine. I probably was DQ'd because I didn't realize some things, being new to this. For example, I had black bars around my video and I didn't even realize it until someone pointed it out to me, but it wasn't in the list of things. So I was focused on, do I have they were very strict about frames per minute, how long it has to be, how many frames, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So I was so focused on that. The other thing is I spend way too much time in Marvelous Designer and trying to get the animation and the costume to the gi. I made a little, I decided I need to make a little gi for my virtual karateka. I didn't think the MetaHuman standard clothes would do. And so I did that and learned a ton. And that's the point. This is why if you have an opportunity to do these challenges, your schedule and permits and someone's offering a challenge, you probably, you may or may not win anything, but that's not the point. The point is it's going to force you to learn stuff and you're going to grow that way. I learned quite a bit doing it. So whether I'm DQ'd or not, I learned a lot about Marvelous Designer and animation and all that kind of stuff. And I had to put my little thing together, and I made like a little dojo, and I did hand painting in Cinema 4D and UV unwrapping and that sort of thing. So that's what I learned. There was a gentleman there who decided to make his own character from scratch and spent hours trying to learn how to rig it. And so he learned quite a bit because it's the first time he'd done that. And next time he's done it, he knows what to expect. There was another gentleman whose power went out, so he may not even get his entry in. But regardless, he learned a lot. He spent 100 hours researching, learning, and he's got it. He's going to learn regardless, again, of what happens. So this is why I strongly support these challenges and recommend if you're able to do it, do it. And it doesn't just have to be the CG or 3D programming. There are tons of programming challenges. So there are many different ways to challenge yourself in whatever you're trying to learn. And you will learn because you are forced to learn. One of the big problems about learning these things is you don't have a reason to. I think that, what teaches you is when you say, I'm going to want to do this project, or I'm going to do this challenge, or whatever it may be, and you set out to do it, and then you figure out that which you need to know in order to do said challenge and get your thing done, and you come out of it having learned a great deal because you had to wrestle with it. You don't learn this stuff looking at a book or looking at a video. And I don't know what kind, everyone learns differently. But when I was in school, I could never read a math book cover to cover. The math book was the reference for me doing the problems. And I would do lots of problems before a test or when I was preparing for whatever. And that's how I did it. Uh, I'd then go and say, okay, this is what I have to do. And then I'd find where they talked about it in the book and read it and then work the problem. And that's any of this stuff, that's the best way to learn, at least in my opinion, or at least for me. I think for most people. Um, so that's my main message for tonight is do the challenges. It doesn't matter if you win anything or not. You should certainly try your best, do the best thing you can, given the time constraints and everything else, but just do it. And before I sign out here, I just want to show you, I got this little puppy here. This is a the 3D Connection Space Mouse. And supposedly it's really good for doing 3D stuff, and it gives you all kinds of control. There's also a more advanced model that has, all kinds of buttons on it, so you can actually never have to go to the keyboard when you're in something like Unreal or Cinema or whatever else you're doing, whatever other kind of design type application. When I was looking this up, I saw videos on people doing circuit design and creating circuit boards with this, Fusion 360, all kinds of things. So I am going to have a look at this and see if it's something that I like, because I was getting kind of frustrated having to bounce between my mouse and my Wacom. The Wacom was great when I had to do that painting, any kind of painting or drawing type stuff. That's what you want. And I have not gotten into, the model, the sculpting type stuff. That what's the name? The name of the program, but like Moto, it's like Moto, but it's Maxon, the one Maxon bought. And I haven't gotten into that yet. I've watched videos on it, but supposedly a tablet is the best tool for that. Although some gentleman said that he loved these things for that as well. So, at any rate, we'll be talking more about this. So, but again, the main message tonight is challenge yourself, do the challenges. If you can't find a challenge, come up with a personal project and decide to get that done. And that's how you're going to learn and grow. So, thank you for watching, and I will speak to you next time. Take care.